Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, over the course of the last 24 hours, the Australian dollar took a brief look to the downside and posted an intraday low, as you can see here, at 70.16. And from there, the market has rebounded, now looking close back towards that top side of the range, anywhere from 71 to around 71.35 to 45. Nevertheless, the MACD still negative, with both the histogram and also with the MAC line and signal line. And then also we look at the RSI, still beneath the midway point. Keep an eye on this market because the fact is that we could still see a potential reversal, and this is just opportunity for those that may be looking to shorten the market, as it is anticipated that we will see another possibly down test, due to the fact is that the fundamental side of it is that the market is still maybe expecting a rate cut on the 3rd of November. After many hints from the RBA, from the statement after the rate decision, and along with that, with the RBA minutes posted yesterday, gives us some indication that there could be a cut of 0.25 to about 0.10. Therefore, that would give certain bias for the Australian dollar and see if the market can take out this level of 70 cents. If it does, then we are looking further down towards 69 cents. With the US dollar weakening, the euro has punched through the top side of the range around 1.1810 and now putting further threat to the upside, which could see a squeeze up towards this region of 118.70.80. For the moment, though, I'm sitting out and just going to monitor the market, so therefore I'm neutral at these levels. If the US dollar does sink somewhat, and there is still a lot of speculation on the US stimulus, as the market was anticipating a result today, but it didn't come through. And from Nancy Pelosi, she said maybe towards the end of the week, or maybe later. Very hard to call, as the markets seem to monitor her news updates, and they don't seem to be very for revealing. So therefore, the US dollar has somewhat weakened a little bit. So let's see how it plays towards its top side at 118.70. MACD is also now married up to the RSI, giving it a little bit more momentum to the upside. Well, we got a reversal, more like a gravestone, but not quite at the top of the range where you would see one. Nevertheless, it was a rejection, and therefore looking back towards the support line, seeing somewhere around 105.10. It is anticipated that because we are back beneath the midway point on the RSI, and the MACD is flat as a tack, is that we could eventually see the market slip further and look back to the objective, which I'm still calling at 104 the figure. Looking at the sterling, it's just whipsawing inside this 128.70 to 130.70.75 range. Little to say, other than the fact is it is trying to attempt to recover because of the back of the weaker US dollar. Nevertheless, we're in the middle of the range, and top side is only about 100 points away, if that, and they're likely to see the bears return back to the market and look to the downside. Until we get a break of 128.70, this manner of whipsawed noise inside this parameters will continue. Like the sterling US, the sterling yen is still holding within the range of 135.70 and 138. It is ascertained that the market may take a step up because of the pound leg, but it's likely to run out of momentum towards 138. Eventually take a step down to 135 or maybe to 134. MACD is pretty flat, so I feel there is little threat at this point as the two indicators are not married. Looking at the gold, it is slowly edging its way back towards 1,926 to 1,931. We had a high 20 today, but overall there is still a little bit more bias to the upside. Until we get a clear break above that 1,934 level, I still feel the downside is still the main risk. Another challenge to the top side of $41.70.75. And at this point, it does look quite favourable and possibly seeing a break. And if so, we would look up towards the region of 42 to maybe 43. The highs around 43.70.80. I'm not going to get overly bullish as of yet, but I'm monitoring a certain factor that there's probably stops a little above here, but there's been a lot of rejection from this region. So I'm a little bit apprehensive in coming out with a strong bullish call, but still on my guard, due to the fact is that these two indicators are somewhat positive, and therefore could see a little spike or punch up towards that top side before turning lower. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, look out for the intraday report. Hope you enjoy the great start of the day.